Hello guys, it's Stock Trader Max here and welcome to the final trading session of the week, where today we're going to be talking about the broad stock market as well as Bitcoin. But before I do so, anyone who's interested in joining my trading team and receiving my trading signals, then make sure you visit my website dailymarketmovements.com. You can sign up for a very small fee of $29 and that'll give you access to the Investors Lounge, where I update you with my latest positions, as well as the educational hub where you can learn how I do my very own trading setups. With that being said, let's get started with the S&P 500 trading at 5,850, pretty much a few points just shy of that all-time high price that we achieved during yesterday's trading session. It's still, in my own humble opinion, that we are within this third wave on our way to 6,000. Whether we get there before or post US election, I'm not too sure. I do expect volatility. This is typically the worst 2-week period of the year in a election year. And we haven't really seen much weakness yet, hence why we're trading at an all-time high pretty much. So with that being said, I would be very cautious, but I'd be cautiously optimistic here. I think that post-US election, we will set up nicely for a nice rally into the end of the year. I think you kind of just got to take a step back and think, well, if someone was to close profits now whilst the market's at an all-time high, then they're going to have to pay taxes in April, where if they just waited until January, they'd have to pay in April 2026, which would give them roughly 14 months. So I don't think anyone's stupid enough to be closing big positions in profit here because they don't want to pay taxes in just a few months' time. They'd much rather wait until January and hope that the market stays up, which I do believe it will, and pay in 14 months' time. So I do believe that we are cushioned towards the downside to some extent. Nasdaq 100, again, it's in my own humble opinion that we're trading within this third wave. I think the third wave takes us to around 21,500. This is a price I expect us to hit before the end of the year. Again, whether it's post or before the US election, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm very confident that we do get there before the end of the year. We may even get a little bit higher, depending on how the market does react in the final couple of weeks post US election. Dow Jones 30 hit a brand new all-time high yesterday, had a new closing high as well, trading slightly down today around 0.28%, but that's not too bad considering how far we've moved. I think it makes sense to kind of maybe have a pullback down towards the 50-day EMA. We haven't touched it dating back to the 10th of September, unlike the S&P and the Nasdaq 100. So I think that we could see some more consolidation here before another move higher. Finally, if we just go over to the Bitcoin market, Bitcoin is having a very good time trading at 1.49%, and we are on the cusp of breaking out here. We really are. We're testing 68,000. I think a breakout confirmation for me would be a move above the previous lower high. That sits at around 69,949. A break above that then obviously creates something called a higher high. That's where we would have gone from there to something like that, for example, where at the moment, in theory, all we've really done is just created a series of lower highs. And, at this moment in time, that's still pretty much the definition of a downtrend, or still trading within that bull flag. So I'm hoping for a further breakout here. Maybe it happens over the weekend, but there has been a record amount of people buying the ETFs. Massive inflows this week of roughly 20 billion, which is a record. It took gold 5 years to achieve that amount, and Bitcoin ETFs have only been around for less than a year, so it's really impressive stuff. So really like the market setup here. I think Bitcoin's about to explode. It's going to take Bitcoin proxies along with it. I think that the stock market could see some more volatility as we go into the US election, but post-election, I do think the backdrop for a nice rally into the end of the year is pretty strong. So I really like the market at present. I think there's lots of money-making opportunities. And with that being said, over the weekend, if you have any time and you want to consider joining my trading team, then make sure you visit my website, dailymarketmovements.com, to sign up. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you all on Monday.